Good morning, Kipsters, and welcome to our first music lesson through Google Classroom. I hope you guys found the link very easy to access. And remember, after each video, you will be completing an exit ticket attached to the video. So please do not forget to do that so that we can keep track of your participation through these videos. Today we are going to go over a concept that we sort of learned back when we were in school at KIP campus. Only half of the class learned it. So if you were in Central State, Kenyon College, Spelman, and not yet Notre Dame, you have seen this. And if you are in BGSU, UNC, and Morehouse, and also OSU, you have not learned this lesson. So we're just going to start fresh and get to this topic that I think is easily received through video. We'll see how it goes as we start. But I wanted to introduce to you today reading notes on the staff in music. In music, we have what we call notes. So when you see Mr. Isaac playing piano, and sometimes I have sheet music in front of me, I am reading notes, and that tells me the buttons to press on the piano. So if I were to see this note on music, Mr. Isaac would press this button on the piano. And so I want to kind of teach you guys a little bit through video how to do that. I think it's a very great tool for next year when we continue our music lessons. And if we can read music by the end of this, that would be a very awesome thing to know for you all. So we're going to try it. Okay, a couple things about notes. In music, there are only 7 letters of the alphabet. So there's not that many you have to remember, only 7. All right, we start from the beginning. We have A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. If you already learned my lesson, you know what happens after we get to G. We go all the way back to A. I'm going to show you how it sounds on piano. So you listen like this. Here's A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And then we go back to A. Now you can see that that's the same note as when we started when I play them both at the same time. It sounds like this. One's high, one's low, but they are the same sounding pitch. So when we start at our alphabet in A, we go from A to B to C to G to E to F to G, and then we go back to A each time. Okay? When we see our notes, they look like this. So we have, here's A, B, C, D, E, F, and then you have another note, our last note, G. Okay, and then again, as I just said before, we would go back to A. All right, there is a way to remember where the notes go on the lines. Each time you're reading notes, they are going to be on a musical staff, as you see here. So a staff is 5 lines on top of one another like this, all parallel. And then most of the time, especially the notes we're reading right now, you'll see this symbol, which is called a treble clef. Some of you may have already known that from, again, our previous lesson at KIT. But this is a treble clef, all right? And on these cards are different ways to remember where each note goes. All right, these are mnemonic devices. If anybody can type in on our exit ticket how to spell mnemonic, I will give you a shout out in our next video. Okay, so we're going to start with our line notes. We have 5 notes that are on the line. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're going to work with these 5 notes just really quick. Then we'll go to our space notes, and then we're going to dive a little deeper in our next video. I'm just introducing it during this one so that you guys can get an idea. And again, you will, or I haven't mentioned, you will be completing the exit ticket after this video. Okay? So here we are, we're with our lines. All right? And on the card, you can see that it reads, how to remember notes on the lines of the treble clef. Treble clef. Every good boy deserves fruit. I'll read it again. Every good boy deserves fruit. As you can see, each of these letters begins with a letter that is in the musical alphabet. E, G, B, D, F. I'll play those notes on piano. E, G, B, D, F. I played those exact notes just now on piano. Okay, so when we see a note on the bottom line, we know that it is E. And these cards are pretty cool. They also tell me how to play it on the piano. So if you guys have a keyboard at home, you guys can play along and it'll show you exactly where to press as you watch the video. So there's our E. Our next note that we have, every good. Sorry, I gotta find my G. Good, G. Our next note, boy, which would be on the third line from the bottom. Boy. Our next note, our word was deserves, so our letter that we're looking for is D. We have a D, we have a couple D's since you know that it repeats. I'm trying to find the appropriate one. D. See how you can play it on piano right there? And then our last letter of our last word of the mnemonic device and letter in the on the lines is F. Fruit. Every good boy deserves fruit. Okay, so rewatch that part of the video if you had a little trouble following. If it takes 2 times, that's okay. It's only 2 minutes of the video. I'm going to show you the next part, the spaces, how to remember the spaces. So yes, we had notes on the line here. You can see that these notes are on the line. They have to be the line has to be going through the middle of them for it to count. But we also have notes that fill these spaces. So not only can notes be on the line, they can be inside the spaces as well. And when you're writing music, you have to make sure that you get it really correct because it can be very confusing if one of your notes is kind of inside the line. People can mistake and play the wrong note if your music writing isn't very proper and nice. Okay, so this is how we remember our space notes. Okay, we have how to remember notes in the spaces of the treble clef. Remember, this is the treble clef. Tomorrow we will be learning our bass clef. Our spaces from bottom to top spell out the word face. F-A-C-E. Okay. So here we have F. I'll play F for you as we go. F. Our next one, A. Sorry, no, I'm holding that upside down. That is a C. Sorry about that. A. Our next note, C. Sorry. You can see on the back here. And then our last letter, E. F-A-C-E. Spells face. Okay, so with those 2 devices, every good boy deserves fruit for the lines of the treble clef. Your treble clef right here. And space from bottom to top, spelling the word face, F-A-C-E. We can very easily remember where our notes go on the treble clef lines and begin the first steps into reading music. I hope you guys enjoyed this first lesson. Tomorrow we will be working on the bass clef. Please don't forget to do your exit ticket. It's very simple. I also have attached a PDF so you guys can look at a big spreadsheet of notes on the line to make it a little easier for you as well. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you tomorrow.